All right, let's kick things off. If you are running an enterprise with multiple sites, maybe managing 40 retail locations or a big corporate campus, maybe several construction projects, you know exactly what's probably dragging down your IT team right now.
Oh, yeah.
It's those legacy physical security systems. The old VMS licenses needing manual patches, the nightmare of firewall rules for remote access, and just trying to pull footage across 50 flaky, scattered NVRs. It's painful.
That's absolutely the reality. And the material we looked at really hammers home that this move to cloud-native security, it isn't just a nice-to-have anymore, is it? It's pretty essential if you want real scalability and, frankly, efficiency.
Right.
So our goal today is really to, cut through the buzzwords. We're doing a deep dive on 8 specific platforms that have been flagged as leaders this year, specifically for driving that enterprise IT efficiency.
Okay.
These systems are basically changing the game, replacing all that hardware with centralized management, smart AI analytics, and that elastic scale you only get with the cloud.
So our mission today is pretty straightforward then. We need to pull out the key nuggets of info for someone like you listening, someone responsible for a multi-site operation who's, let's be honest, desperate to cut cost and boost actual real-time security deterrence.
Exactly.
Okay, let's jump straight into the benchmark. The system reviewed in the most detail, that's the AlphaVision and Axis integration. It's positioned as like the top-tier, fully cloud-native enterprise solution.
Yeah, and what stands out immediately is their best-of-breed approach. They aren't trying to build everything themselves. Instead, you get AlphaVision's cloud AI platform, that's the brain, really paired with Axis communications cameras, which are pretty much industry-leading IP cameras, the eyes.
Axis, yeah. Everyone knows Axis. They're known for performance, right?
Yeah.
Rugged, weatherproof, vandal-resistant.
Right.
Basically built for large, tough environments.
Precisely. And the performance specs are serious. We're talking up to 40x optical zoom, 360-degree panoramic views sometimes.
Wow, 40x.
Yeah. That kind of detail means often one camera can do the job of maybe 3 older ones. That right there simplifies your installation and cuts down the hardware you need across, dozens or hundreds of lights.
Less hardware, less hassle.
And critically, the sources really highlighted compliance, this setup. Fully TAA and NDAA compliant.
Okay, let's unpack that quickly. T and A. Why does that matter so much?
Well, if you're dealing with government contracts, it's often mandatory. But even if not, supply chain security is a huge concern now, right? TAA and NDAA compliance basically verifies gear isn't coming from certain high-risk foreign manufacturers. It's becoming essential for secure procurement, period.
Got it. Essential stuff. Okay, but we're here for IT efficiency. Good cameras are great, but where does AlphaVision's AI deliver those big-time savings IT teams crave?
Right. The efficiency gain is moving beyond just recording. It's about eliminating that passive monitoring slog. The AI analytics turn those cameras into, proactive security agents. Think about Magic Search. Instead of an operator spending, 8 hours scrubbing video for a person in a blue shirt who entered the loading dock between 2 and 4 a.m.
Which could take forever with old VMS.
Exactly. An entire shift, maybe more. With Magic Search, you ask the system in plain language, and it finds it in, 8 seconds.
8 seconds.
I know.
That's transformative. And it's more than just search, isn't it?
Yeah.
They mentioned automating other tasks, too.
Oh, yeah. It automates the critical stuff. Intrusion alerts, license plate recognition, LPR for tracking vehicles, and something called AI Inspector for spotting safety or compliance issues automatically, like someone not wearing a hard hat.
So the LPR is built in.
It's part of their AI suite.
Okay, so that combo means staff can stop staring at screens all day and just focus on the flagged events that actually need human judgment.
Precisely. That's the core idea. Move away from constant monitoring to exception management.
But wait a sec. Deterrence is key. If the AI flags something, how fast can they actually act? Are they still just waiting for security or police to show up maybe 20 minutes later?
See, that's where this system really pulls ahead and sets that benchmark for being proactive. It supports live intervention.
Live intervention, how does that work?
By integrating with network speakers, those IP speakers, you can install remote security operators who might be managing feeds from 40 different sites, can use two-way audio. They can literally talk down an intruder, hey, you on the roof, you're being recorded, authorities are on the way, or broadcast warnings.
So immediate, on-the-spot de-escalation. Could be a trespasser, could be a shoplifter.
Exactly. Real-time action, not just after-the-fact recording.
And the cloud-native part is the real kicker for IT, right? No more NVRs or DVRs cluttering up closets.
Zero need for those failure-prone boxes. The deployment is genuinely plug-and-play. The cameras, they come with the AlphaVision firmware. You plug them in, they auto-connect to the cloud. Done.
Okay, that sounds like IT efficiency.
Absolutely. Getting rid of that on-site hardware maintenance, that's the dream for multi-site ops. No more climate-controlled closets, no manual patching nightmares, no troubleshooting dead hard drives, less network complexity.
Yeah, the ease of deployment must make scaling across tons of sites way cheaper too.
Drastically lowers the barrier to entry for large-scale rollouts.
Okay, so AlphaVision Plus Access sets a pretty high bar.
Yeah.
Fully integrated, compliant, proactive, but not everyone's ready for a complete cloud overhaul, or maybe they have a huge investment in existing cameras they don't want to ditch.
That's a very common scenario, and the market definitely splits here based on architecture. We can kind of group the other leading systems into maybe two main camps.
Good sure.
You've got your proprietary cloud ecosystems, think high integration, slick interface, but often high cost and lock-in.
Yeah.
And then you have the hybrid cloud VMS solutions, which try to give you more flexibility by mixing cloud management with local hardware, sometimes even your existing cameras.
Right, the walled gardens versus the mix-and-match approach.
Yeah.
Let's tackle the proprietary ones first. Cisco Meraki MV comes up a lot.
Yeah, Meraki's appeal is strong if your IT team is already deep in the Cisco world. They offer that beautiful unified dashboard for networking, wireless, security, everything.
The single pane of glass. IT loves that.
They do. It's genuinely plug and play, and a key feature is onboard storage. The video records right onto the camera itself, so no separate NVR box needed at the site.
Okay, but you mentioned trade-offs. If it's that easy, and my whole stack is Cisco anyway, why would I worry about lock-in? Isn't that unified management worth the price?
It can be, absolutely, up to a point. But here's the catch. You have to use Meraki cameras, period. And their licenses. And while that onboard storage is neat for simplicity,
It doesn't hold much.
exactly, usually just a few days. If you need 30, 60, 90 days of retention for compliance or whatever, you have to pay quite a bit extra for their cloud archival. So it ends up being a very expensive system overall with zero flexibility if you ever want to try a different camera brand or use some specialized third-party AI later.
So it's kind of like the Apple approach, but for security cameras. Sleek, unified, but you're stuck in their world.
That's a perfect analogy. The other big proprietary player mentioned is Tyco Cloud, part of Johnson Controls. Their angle is often unifying video with physical access control. Great for, say, corporate offices.
Okay. And they use their own cameras too.
Usually, yeah. They're Illustra Cloud cameras, or sometimes a gateway appliance if you're connecting other cameras.
And what's their standout feature? Anything like Magic Search?
They push something called Hyperview. It's designed for quickly searching video across up to 100 cameras at once. If you're managing a huge warehouse or distribution center, that ability to scan broadly and quickly is pretty powerful.
Makes sense. But the downsides sound similar to Meraki. Lock-in.
Yep, vendor lock-in is still there. The sources also noted it's maybe a bit of a maturing platform compared to some others. And again, those per camera, per month subscription costs can really balloon, especially if you have thousands of cameras across many sites. It adds up fast.
Okay, so those are the proprietary options. What about the hybrid VMS solutions? The ones trying to bridge the gap?
Right. These are aimed at businesses that like the cloud benefits, remote access, central management, maybe some AI, but aren't ready or can't afford to rip and replace every single existing camera.
And the main example here is ArcadianAI Cloud Video. I think that used to be Milestone Kite, right?
That's the one. ArcadianAI offers cloud-managed video services, so the cloud handles updates, user permissions, remote viewing, but it can connect to your existing IP cameras. The key is ONVIF compatibility.
Hold on, ONVIF. Let's quickly define that for maybe some IT folks listening who aren't deep into security standards.
Sure. ONVIF is just an open industry standard. If a camera says it's ONVIF compliant, it basically means it should be able to talk to different VMS platforms or cloud services without being locked into one specific brand. It promotes interoperability, gives you choice.
Got it. Open standard, more flexibility. So ArcadianAI gives you that flexibility. But what's the hybrid catch? There's always a catch.
Usually. The trade-off for reusing older cameras is often you still need a piece of hardware on site, a gateway device. This gateway does some of the heavy lifting, like processing the video before sending it to the cloud, or sometimes storing it locally, too.
So not quite hardware free then.
Not always, no. That gateway adds cost, needs power, needs managing by IT. And if you choose the hybrid storage option keeping footage local to save on cloud cost, you might lose out on some of the advanced cloud-based AI analytics because the video isn't up there being processed.
Okay, makes sense. There's another hybrid mentioned. OpenAI Web Services, OWS. How does that compare?
OpenAI's approach is similar in that it combines local recording, often using existing NVRs you might already have, with a cloud management layer. Its strength is supporting a really wide range of camera brands.
So it's like a cloud management layer on top of your existing NVRs.
Pretty much. OWS handles the IT headaches, the software updates, user access control, health monitoring for those NVRs, while the NVRs still do the main recording and storage job locally.
But the limitation is you still have those NVRs on site. More hardware to manage, potentially fail.
Exactly. You don't get rid of the on-site recorders. And the sources also pointed out that setting up OWS, integrating it with existing NVRs, can be quite technical. Often needs specialist integrator help, not just something your average IT person can easily configure like the pure cloud stuff.
Right, so less plug and play.
Definitely more involved setup.
Okay, so we've got the fully native cloud like AlphaVision Axis, the proprietary gardens like Tycho, and the hybrids like Arcul's OpenAI. What's left?
Now we pivot to maybe the most interesting segment, particularly if you're focused on maximizing existing investments. The pure AI software layer. These are systems designed almost entirely to add intelligence to cameras you already own, assuming they're reasonably modern IP cameras.
Turning dumb cameras into smart agents, basically. This sounds like where you get maximum ROI on existing gear.
Yeah.
First one mentioned is Camio, positioned as the Google for video.
That's their pitch. Camio is pure cloud-native software. It's not trying to be a full VMS replacement that manages storage and user permissions in the traditional sense. Instead, it's a powerful intelligence overlay.
An overlay?
Yeah, it adds real-time AI analytics, people detection, vehicle detection, anomaly detection, and that natural language search capability to pretty much whatever compatible cameras you connect to it. Bring your own camera flexibility is their big thing.
That natural language search sounds amazing, similar to AlphaVision's Magic Search. But if it's just software, what VMS features might you miss, and what's the challenge?
Well, because it's laser-focused on AI and search, it might lack some of the traditional device management or deep archival features you get in a full VMS. The main technical hurdle, often, is that AI models need tuning.
Tuning, meaning?
Meaning you deploy it across 50 different retail stores. The AI needs time and maybe some expert tweaking to learn what's normal in each unique environment. You know, where shadows usually fall, what normal customer traffic looks like versus loitering. This tuning is key to reducing false alerts effectively.
Okay, requires some upfront effort to get the best results.
Yeah.
Next up, ArcadianAI Ranger. They call themselves an AI security guard. Catchy.
It is sketchy. This system is heavily focused on perimeter security detecting intrusions, people loitering near a fence, fence climbing, that sort of thing. Like Camio, it's designed to work with almost any existing camera that supports standard open streaming protocols.
Which are usually
ONVIF, like we discussed, and also RTSP. RTSP is just the common protocol cameras use to actually send the live video stream over the network.
Gotcha. And their big pitch seems to be efficiency and cost savings, specifically around human guards.
Absolutely. Their key feature is what they call context-aware AI. It doesn't just look at motion, it factors in time of day, the environment, object paths, all to drastically cut down on false alarms from things like swaying trees or animals.
Fewer false alarms means less wasted time for responders.
Exactly. And the sources claim this efficiency boost can genuinely cut the need for human guard patrols and responses by a massive 30 to 60%.
30 to 60%, that's a huge number. That's a direct, measurable IT or operational efficiency gain.
It really is. But the limitation is similar to Camio.
Not a full VMS.
Correct. It's an intelligence engine, a detection engine. You still need something else to actually record and store the video long-term if you need that for compliance or investigations.
Okay. Finally, in this AI layer category, there's Cloudastructure. This one sounds like a blend of tech and service.
It is, yeah. It's quite interesting. They combine cloud AI analytics, much like the others, but they add a live service component, remote guarding.
So humans are still involved.
Yes, but remotely and efficiently. The AI detects an issue in real time, say someone trying to break in, and then a remote human guard, monitoring potentially many sites, gets an alert. They can instantly verify the situation visually and then intervene.
Oh.
Using that two-way audio we talked about with AlphaVision, maybe triggering alarms or lights, or directly calling local police or on-site security with confirmed visual information. It's essentially a security operations center as a service powered by AI pre-filtering.
That sounds incredibly effective for stopping things as they happen. But the limitation seems obvious.
It relies heavily on paying for that ongoing live monitoring subscription. And for IT managers, especially in regulated industries or places with strong strong privacy policies, having external third-party guards watching your live camera feeds can raise some significant privacy and corporate policy red flags. Definitely something to consider carefully.
Okay, so looking across all 8 of these platforms, from the fully integrated to the pure software plays, there are clearly some common threads, some universal trade-offs everyone needs to weigh, right?
Definitely. A clear pattern emerges.
The first one just jumps out: cost versus flexibility. The proprietary systems, your Meraki and Tyco, they offer that slick, unified management, but boy, are they expensive, and they lock you in, total vendor lock-in.
Yeah.
Whereas the more open, software-first solutions like Camio or ArcadianAI, they give you maximum flexibility to use existing gear or choose best-of-breed components, potentially saving costs.
But they often require more IT know-how to set up initially, maybe needing integration with separate video storage solutions, more moving parts to manage, potentially.
Right. And the second big trade-off, one that affects every single one of these cloud solutions.
Internet reliance has
Yeah.
to be. Every single cool feature we've discussed, centralized management, real-time AI alerts, remote access, and especially that live intervention deterrence. It all hinges on a stable internet connection at each site.
So if you have sites out in the sticks with flaky connectivity,
Then the real-time value proposition kind of evaporates when the connection drops. That's a massive deployment consideration for any distributed enterprise. You need reliable bandwidth.
okay, so if we zoom out from the specific products, what's the single overarching theme driving all this? What's the core efficiency gain everyone's chasing?
I think the central theme is really about IT efficiency gained by getting rid of two main headaches. First, killing off the need for on-site hardware maintenance, ditching those NVR SDVRs and all the pain they bring.
Yes, please.
And second, automating those routine, frankly, mind-numbing surveillance tasks using AI. Let the machines watch for hours. Let the humans respond to verified events.
So it frees up security staff, frees up IT staff to focus on higher level stuff, critical response, strategy, improvement.
Exactly. Stop the screen staring, focus on action and strategy.
So the big shift really is security moving away from just passive logging events after they happen toward active intelligence systems, systems that use AI to actually see, think, and act in real time.
That's it. Perfectly. You see it in the LPR, the magic search, and especially in those live intervention and remote guarding models. It's becoming proactive, not just reactive.
Okay, so connecting this back to the listener, what's the final provocative thought here? What should someone managing security for a large enterprise be mulling over?
Well, building on that proactive point, I think the biggest efficiency driver emerging isn't just moving video storage to the cloud. That's table stakes now. It's really the integration of that proactive real-time deterrence.
The two-way talk down, the AI guard.
Exactly. That active engagement is the new frontier. And it raises a really important question for you listening. As these AI systems get better and better at monitoring, deterring, even filing initial incident reports, what happens to the role of the traditional physical security guard? Will their job shift entirely away from watching screens towards managing these AI response workflows, becoming essentially AI overseers and incident managers rather than passive viewers?
Managing the machines that manage security.
That's the potential future you should probably start preparing for as you plan your next security system upgrade. It's a fundamental shift in how security operations might function.